Today, I'm going to go with some basic keyboard shortcuts that will make your computing experience better and faster. I'm talking about keyboard shortcuts on your Mac. If you don't know any of these, learning just a few is really going to up your game and make you feel like a pro. It's also going to save a lot of time over finding everything in a menu. To use a keyboard shortcut, press and hold one or more modifier keys, and then press the last key of the shortcut. For example, to use Command-C, press and hold the Command key, and then the C key, and then release both keys. Mac menus and keyboards often use symbols for certain keys, including modifier keys. So what does Command-C do? It copies what you've highlighted into the clipboard. Now you won't see this clipboard because it's invisible, but your selection is copied there nonetheless, and that will become evident when you paste your selection in the desired location. Which brings us to our next command, Command-V. Pastes it into wherever you want it to go, and the best way to remember this, or the way that I've remembered it, is that when you make your selection, think of the V as pointing down at the exact place where you want to start your paste. Now another function is Command-X. This one cuts the selection and saves you the extra step of pressing the delete key if you don't want the text where it was, such as if you're editing a document in Notes or Pages, for example. Here's an example. I'm going to ask my LLM running in the terminal to tell me how to make a bot, and then I'm going to save that text in a Pages document for later use. So you can see in this example that the copy command not only selected the text, but also the background of the text around it, which is black. I'm going to fix that in a minute, but I wanted to point out that copy can select more than just text. It can also select images. In this case, I'm copying some text and a photograph from Wikipedia about Henry IV over to my iPad. To copy between devices, it requires some minor setup that is beyond the scope of keyboard shortcuts. But if you want to know how to use Universal Clipboard between Mac, iPad, and iPhone, let me know in the comments. So, I fixed the background formatting issue by using Command-A. A is for all. So this time the entire document is geeked up with that black background around the words. I want to select everything, and rather than use the mouse to make my selection by highlighting and carefully scrolling down the length of 2 pages, while being extra careful not to let up on the mouse click, with Command-A, I can just select everything in one go. I've selected everything, and now I want to change my font color to black like it normally is by going over to text color, and you guessed it, changing the color to black. But now you can hardly see it because everything is 2 slightly different shades of black on a white page. To fix that, go over to this gear icon and select the drop-down arrow. That will reveal more text options. And then at the bottom, you will see text background, which can be changed any color you like. But we're going to choose white so that the text shows up in the page like it's supposed to. When you're playing around with that, you'll be bound to make a mistake, or 2 or 3, and do something or several things that messed it all up. But there's a fix for that. You could go up into Edit and select Undo Typing, or you could just press Command-Z and undo the last thing you did. In fact, you can actually go back several times with Command-Z and undo each step that isn't working for you. Another shortcut is Command-M, and that minimizes the application to the dock instead of trying to click on the yellow circle at the top left of your mouse. So Command-M comes in really handy if your hands are on the keyboard already. Command Spacebar brings up Spotlight on your desktop, and you can do a number of things with Spotlight, like look for a file, invoke an application, solve a quick math problem, or look for nearby pizza places. Command-Tab switches to the next most recently used app among your open apps. Pretty useful. So after using Command Tab, you may have noticed that the apps are on different desktop spaces, which is something that Apple and Linux have implemented for years. This helps out with multitasking and reduces clutter in any particular workspace. You can access this by using F3, or the symbol with the 3 squares on your keyboard. There are actually more ways you can do this, such as with gestures or hot corners, but that's a different topic. Anyway, do F3, add some more desktops with the plus icon, and go to town. So, rather than using the menu at the top to create a new folder, just learn this and you'll probably never go back. You just do Shift-Command-N and bam! New folder is created called Unnamed Folder. Let's name it and put some stuff in there. And speaking of which, Command-Shift-3, Command-Shift-4, and Command-Shift-5. What are those? Command-Shift-3 simply takes a snapshot of whatever's on your screen and just sends it to the desktop. Command-Shift-4 lets you do the same thing, but it provides a selection tool that you can make a square lasso around your topic, and then it sends it to the desktop. Command-Shift-5 is more full-featured with a small menu and also lets you take video of your screen with several other options seen here. Another favorite of mine is Command-P. With Command-P, it brings up the print dialog menu, and in there you can also choose to make a PDF. And again, when you make a PDF, it sends it to your desktop. I would start with just 1 or 2 things and then keep adding them into your workflow over time. And this is by no means all of the shortcuts that are available. But with just the few we talked about here, you can accomplish a lot of things. So I hope that this helps, and I'll see you next time.